So I'll introduce myself first. I'm Radhika Yuvraj. I am the country director for Women in Tech India. We are the India chapter for the Women in Tech Global, which is based out of Paris, and we are on a mission to bring in 5 million girls in STEM worldwide by 2030. So what it means is, within India, we are looking at issues that women face, being in STEM careers as well as in STEM academia. So when I say STEM, of course, right, it's about science, technology, engineering and math, and of course we're going to include aids, STEAM, arts. What is it that is acting as a barrier for these women, not just to get into it, but to perform to their full potential? So whether it is requirements of trainings, or it is requirement of resources, or requirement of handshakes with partners, we are trying to be a central community to provide that. Additionally, women in tech, we feel global partnerships are a great way to start bringing in not just awareness about how the rest of the world is moving in this direction, but also the opportunities for women. For example, the IMEC opportunity, which is India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor, has opened up a lot of trade opportunities for India, either as a supplier or knowledge partner. Now we are trying to see how women can also get access to those opportunities. Other opportunities in access to resources, AI content or hydrogen cell energy, new areas in science. There's a lot of programs that we can bring either from Europe or from the APAC and ensure that our women have access to that too. So the global partnership is a big USP that we come with, and just the exposure to the world environment, not just through our multinational ways of working, but communities, brings in a different level of value that we can bring back home. In a very diffusive way, we're trying to do this.
And of course, Logitech is deeply interested in this topic. And in technology is defining the world. But we saw that, and we see that in the tech world, there's not enough women representation. Right, so we have a program called Women Who Master, which we run globally, where we amplify women through our blog series as well, who have achieved a lot. We put the spotlight on them because we see that more and more young women are encouraged when they see these spotlights and this amplification. And we work with several organizations worldwide to make sure women get access and to STEM resources, to education, to encouragement, and we are working with women in tech in India as well. And apart from that, we have other initiatives like Girls Who Code and so on. And the interesting part is, and I'm sure a lot of people know this, that half our top executives are women. Our CEO included, Chief Design Officer included, Chief Legal Officer, Chief HR and Compliance Officer, the head of our largest business group, the head of our global communications. So I think women are rock stars and rightly need to be given the necessary encouragement early on.
Interestingly, what we thought with the... Oh, you're asking on their behalf?
Yeah.
Okay. So interestingly, we had set off with an agenda knowing that in India, these are the issues that we have. It's not just for women in tech careers, but also women who have access to digital literacy. And we have found on one as a very positive thing that we worked with self-help groups, women who have small businesses, and they're extremely smart by giving them a few hand-holding steps to how you can use digital technology safely and for their own business. We have found that there's a huge potential there. So just encourage a woman to run a business, give them that hand-holding to using safe digital tools. That's an area we felt if we focus, it can become the core of so we are also focusing on the underprivileged community, like in rural areas. These are the small women, so they need that, and they're very smart. If you look at data also, scams and all, security scams, you'll find more in urban than in rural, right? So that's it. What we found is the corporates, exactly the microaggression thing and all of it, it's going to take some time to have. So getting allies, making sure women themselves are doing something. Sometimes what women are, we are just talking, right? So we are saying let's start from home, within our own community. So we started with 3 women, right? Now we are 1,500. But we have said that every one of you should take a responsibility to lift 2 more women, whatever, a woman from a village or a woman in your workplace. Do something and say that only when you do it, then you are encouraging. So we're trying to do it like a multi-level thing with some ethos, right? You have to have an ethos. Whether you do it with, the moment we feel, oh, there is this wonderful course in AI, the first thing we do it, just it goes viral to everybody who wants. You have a daughter at home, show it to her. You have somebody in your workforce, show it to her. And we want people to start leveraging those. So making sure that we are connecting resources to the right people, because that is coming to us and it's coming to us free. What we are doing is also free. So there is no need that people should not leverage. It doesn't come with a cost. So it's free resources, free training. So we are doing that. And that's why we have grown. How did we become 1,000? We didn't go looking for people. People came and joined us. And we have this thing about keeping it experiential. If you are working with anybody from Women in Tech, one is it has to be authentic. Means there has to be an element of trust, that okay, because many come to us for a lot of agenda they want to use, but we are very clear. We were willing to give what you want, but you'll have to do this for a girl in STEM, or you have to do this for a woman in STEM thing. And while we did a lot of groundwork, this year we're going to focus on deep work. Create 2 or 3 stories where we have taken maybe about 10 girls from underrepresented background to giving them a life in a big corporate. So we're working with Nav Gurukul, an agency. They have this hostel for girls from poor families. So we have so far given them training on corporate skills, taken them to
so
big...
giving free training?
Free training. All we do. My time is free. My team's time is... it's a pro bono thing, right?
Oh.
So we're trying to do
just
that.
need one